Top 25 Early Childhood Educator Interview Questions and Answers. Interviewing for an early childhood educator position requires a blend of passion, patience, and expertise in child development. This role goes beyond teaching. It involves nurturing emotional, social, and intellectual growth in young children. Employers look for candidates who demonstrate creativity, empathy, and strong communication skills. The following are 25 commonly asked early childhood educator interview questions with detailed 100-word answers to help you prepare effectively and confidently for your next interview. 1. Why did you choose to become an early childhood educator? I chose to become an early childhood educator because I have always been passionate about shaping young minds during their most formative years. Early education lays a foundation for lifelong learning, and I find it rewarding to contribute to that process. I enjoy creating engaging, play-based learning environments that foster curiosity and creativity. This profession allows me to make a real difference by helping children develop confidence, emotional intelligence, and a love for learning from the very beginning. 2. What is your teaching philosophy for early childhood education? My teaching philosophy centers on the belief that children learn best through play, exploration, and meaningful interactions. I focus on creating a nurturing environment that values each child's individuality and encourages curiosity. I emphasize social-emotional learning, collaboration, and self-expression alongside academics. I believe in guiding rather than instructing, allowing children to discover knowledge through hands-on experiences. My goal is to foster independent thinkers who feel valued, capable, and excited about learning every day. 3. How do you handle behavioral challenges in the classroom? When managing behavioral challenges, I prioritize understanding the root cause of the behavior rather than reacting immediately. I use positive reinforcement, clear expectations, and consistent routines to guide behavior. If a child misbehaves, I address it calmly, explaining why the behavior is inappropriate and what better choices they can make next time. I also collaborate with parents and colleagues when needed to ensure consistent support and help children learn emotional regulation effectively. 4. How do you support children with different learning styles? I adapt my teaching methods to accommodate various learning styles, visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. For visual learners, I use charts, illustrations, and storytelling. For auditory learners, I include song, discussions, and verbal instructions. For kinesthetic learners, I integrate hands-on activities and movement-based learning. I also conduct ongoing observations and assessments to identify individual needs and adjust lesson plans accordingly. My goal is to create an inclusive learning environment where every child feels supported and capable. 5. How do you involve parents in their child's learning process? Parental involvement is essential for a child's success, so I establish open communication from the start. I regularly share updates through newsletters, meetings, and progress reports. I encourage parents to participate in classroom activities and provide feedback on their child development. I also offer at-home learning ideas to reinforce classroom lessons. Building strong relationships with parents fosters collaboration and ensures that the child's learning experience is consistent and holistic across home and school environments. 6. How do you promote diversity and inclusion in your classroom? I actively promote diversity and inclusion by creating an environment where every child feels respected and valued. I include books, toys, and activities that reflect different cultures, languages, and abilities. I encourage open discussions about differences to foster empathy and understanding. Celebrating cultural events and traditions helps children appreciate diversity. I also ensure my teaching materials and language are inclusive, so every child can see themselves represented positively in the classroom. 7. Describe how you plan your daily classroom activities. I plan my daily activities by balancing structured learning with free play to support both academic and social development. My plans align with curriculum goals while allowing flexibility for children's interests. Each day includes group activities, story time, creative arts, outdoor play, and skill-building exercises. I design lessons that promote literacy, numeracy, and problem-solving through fun, hands-on experiences. Regular reflection and observation help me adjust plans to meet children's evolving needs. 8. How do you ensure a safe and healthy classroom environment? Safety and health are top priorities in my classroom. I maintain clean, organized spaces and regularly check for potential hazards. I teach children proper hygiene, hand washing, and safety routines. I ensure toys and learning materials are age-appropriate and sanitized regularly. Emergency procedures are practiced, and I remain vigilant in supervising all activities. By fostering mutual respect and clear rules, I create a secure environment where children feel comfortable to explore and learn. 9. How do you handle conflicts between children? When conflict arises, I view them as learning opportunities. I calmly intervene, ensuring everyone feels heard and respected. I guide children in expressing their emotions appropriately and help them understand each other's perspectives. Together, we discuss fair solutions and reinforce positive communication skills. My goal is to teach empathy, problem-solving, and self-regulation. Over time, children learn to manage disagreements independently while maintaining a harmonious and supportive classroom environment. 10. What are the most important skills for an early childhood educator? An effective early childhood educator must possess patience, empathy, creativity, and strong communication skills. It's crucial to understand child development, classroom management, and inclusive teaching strategies. Organization and adaptability help manage daily routines efficiently. Collaboration with parents and colleagues is also key. Beyond technical skills, having a genuine love for children and enthusiasm for their growth is essential for creating a positive, nurturing, and inspiring learning environment. 11. How do you integrate play into your teaching? I view play as the cornerstone of early learning. I design activities that encourage exploration, creativity, and problem-solving through play-based methods. Whether it's role-playing, building with blocks, or outdoor games, each activity is structured to teach social, cognitive, and motor skills. Play helps children develop confidence and curiosity while learning naturally. I balance guided play with free play, allowing children to express themselves, collaborate, and discover new interests. 12. How do you assess children's progress? I use a combination of observation, portfolios, and developmental checklists to assess each child's progress. I document milestones in areas such as language, motor skills, and social interaction. Regular feedback sessions with parents keep them informed about growth and areas for improvement. I avoid rigid testing and instead rely on authentic, play-based assessments that reflect real learning experiences. This approach helps me tailor my teaching strategies to meet each child's unique needs. 13. How do you manage stress in a busy classroom? Managing stress involves preparation, organization, and maintaining a positive mindset. I establish clear routines and delegate tasks when possible. Taking short mindfulness breaks and maintaining open communication with colleagues helps relieve pressure. I focus on problem solving rather than reacting emotionally to challenges. Building supportive relationships with children and parents also reduces tension. Above all, remember my passion for teaching, and seeing children's growth keeps me motivated and balanced. 14. How do you handle children with special needs? I approach children with special needs with patience, understanding, and collaboration. I adapt lesson plans and learning materials to meet their individual needs, often consulting with specialists and parents. Inclusion is key, so I encourage peer support and acceptance among classmates. I celebrate each child's strengths and progress while providing extra assistance when necessary. My goal is to create a compassionate, inclusive classroom where every child feels capable and valued. 15. What strategies do you use to develop language skills in children? To develop language skills, I use storytelling, singing, reading aloud, and engaging conversations throughout the day. I encourage children to express themselves through role play, puppetry, and group discussions. I model correct grammar and vocabulary while creating opportunities for children to ask questions and share ideas. For nonverbal learners, I use visual aids and gestures. This immersive approach enhances communication, comprehension, and confidence in expressing thoughts clearly. 16. How do you motivate children to learn? I motivate children by making learning fun, interactive, and meaningful. I incorporate games, songs, and hands-on activities to maintain their interest. Recognizing and celebrating small achievements boosts confidence and encourages participation. I also connect lessons to their everyday experiences, so learning feels relevant. Most importantly, I build a warm, supportive relationship with each child, helping them feel safe to take risks and explore new ideas. 17. How do you handle a child who refuses to participate in activities? If a child refuses to participate, I first try to understand the reason, whether it's shyness, fatigue, or lack of interest. I gently encourage them by offering alternative tasks or involving them gradually. I avoid forcing participation, instead focusing on building trust and making the activity more appealing. Over time, I use positive reinforcement and peer modeling to help them feel confident and engage without pressure. 18. How do you teach emotional regulation to children? I teach emotional regulation by helping children identify and express their feelings appropriately. We use emotion charts, storytelling, and mindfulness exercises to recognize different emotions. I model calm behavior and guide children through breathing or calming techniques when upset. Role-playing helps them practice handling difficult situations. I also emphasize empathy, teaching them to understand others' emotions. These strategies help build self-awareness, patience, and social skills essential for lifelong well-being. 19. How do you stay updated on early childhood education trends? I stay informed by attending professional workshops, webinars, and conferences. I read educational journals, follow child development experts, and participate in educator networks. Regularly reflecting on my teaching practices helps me integrate new research and methods. I also collaborate with colleagues to exchange ideas and best practices. Continuous learning allows me to provide children with the best possible educational experiences and maintain a progressive, effective teaching approach. 20. How do you encourage creativity in children? I encourage creativity by offering open-ended materials and activities that allow self-expression. Art, music, storytelling, and imaginative play are key components of my curriculum. I avoid overly structured tasks, giving children freedom to explore ideas and take creative risks. I praise effort and originality rather than perfection. By fostering a safe, supportive environment, I inspire children to think creatively, solve problems, and develop confidence in their abilities. 21. How do you handle communication with difficult parents? When dealing with difficult parents, I remain calm, respectful, and professional. I listen actively to their concerns and focus on finding solutions rather than assigning blame. Maintaining open, transparent communication and documenting interactions is crucial. I emphasize the child's best interests in every discussion. By showing empathy and collaboration, I build trust and work toward a common goal, supporting the child's development and well-being. 22. What role does technology play in early childhood education? Technology, when used appropriately, can enhance learning experiences. I integrate age-appropriate educational tools like interactive storytelling, digital art, and phonics apps to reinforce lessons. However, I balance screen time with hands-on sensory activities. Technology serves as a supplement, not a replacement, for real-world exploration. I also teach digital awareness and ensure safe usage. The goal is to use technology to engage curiosity and support cognitive development responsibly. 23. Describe a time you handled an emergency situation. During an outdoor play session, a child fell and scraped their knee. I immediately assessed the injury, provided first aid, and comforted the child. I notified the supervisor and documented the incident per school policy. I informed the parents promptly and reassured them of the child's well-being. This experience reinforced my commitment to safety, preparedness, and maintaining a calm, professional demeanor during emergencies. 24. What do you find most rewarding about teaching young children? The most rewarding aspect of teaching young children is witnessing their curiosity and growth firsthand. Seeing a child grasp a new concept, express emotions appropriately, or form friendships brings immense satisfaction. Every small milestone reminds me of the vital role educators play in shaping their futures. Being part of their foundational learning journey and knowing I've made a positive impact is truly fulfilling. 25. Where do you see yourself in 5 years as an educator? In 5 years, I see myself continuing to grow as an educator and possibly taking on a leadership or mentorship role. I plan to pursue professional development to stay updated on modern teaching strategies and early learning research. My goal is to create an even more enriching learning environment and contribute to curriculum improvement. Ultimately, I aim to inspire both children and fellow educators. Early childhood education is both a responsibility and a privilege, shaping the minds and hearts of the next generation. By preparing for these interview questions, you can demonstrate your expertise, empathy, and passion for nurturing young learners. Remember, successful educators combine patience, creativity, and professionalism. Use these answers as guidance to present yourself confidently and authentically during your early childhood educator interview.